Welcome to February 10th, 2024, Lyon County housing market update. So, this area is not to be mistaken with Fernley. Yes, Fernley is in Lyon County. These are the other areas, the surrounding areas inside of the county. So, think of Dayton, Stagecoach, Silver Springs, those areas. That's what this market report refers to. And because of that, most of the time when I do market reports, I talk about single family residences. Well, a lot of the market in Lyon County is going to be manufactured housing. So to properly represent this market, it's about 50% of resale homes are manufactured. We will be including both manufactured and single family homes in this report only. Let's jump into the median sales price. So this week, median sales price, $340,000, down a little bit from this time last year, $354,000, but this is a very low units marketplace. So you will see a lot of movement. Overall, look at the trend. It's sitting pretty flat. We're not really seeing big upticks or downticks in the marketplace. So remember that sometimes certain areas of the Northern Nevada state behave differently. We don't have continual upticks in prices, things like that. So Lyon County is one of those. We are staying pretty level. Remember, there's a huge player in the Lyon County marketplace and it's new construction. DR Horton has a massive project out there. Lennar, very big builders out there. They move the market. So remember, this is mostly resale data. A lot of that data that's been moving won't show up on these reports. So do take that into consideration. So sellers, if you're thinking about selling this season, make sure you go look at those homes. They are your competition. Buyers are considering the resale markets and the new construction. And absolutely, it's possible to sell your home against the new construction, but you have to have a strategy and understand that it's competition and how do you excite those buyers more. Maybe it's because you don't have an HOA. Maybe it's because your lot is a different size. So think about little reasons with you and your realtor on what makes your home more marketable. And then, of course, always make sure and do payment scenarios for your prospective buyer and compare it to what's being offered in the new construction market. Make sure that you have a marketing strategy that overlaps that so they do consider your home and not just flat out skip it and pursue the new construction properties. Jumping over to units sold. So 9 homes sold this week compared to 8 this time last year. And actually, if you look at the trend over the last year, it's kind of been ticking in a downward trend. We're not really seeing that level behavior like we were showing in the sales prices. It is kind of on a downward trend. Now, it did bottom out at the beginning of the year, and we're seeing a nice increase, which is great to hear. But overall, when you look at that week over week, over the last year, still kind of that downward trend. So hopefully we're reaching kind of that bottomed out moment. We've had a very nice mild winter and we should start seeing that uptick in the marketplace, just like all the other reports that we've been doing. But right now, 9 homes sold, pretty consistent with this time last year. Next, one of my favorite reports, pending sales. So this is more of real-time market data, what's happening right now as we speak. The sold data, it's great to look at, but that was months ago's data. So that is how buyers and sellers behaved basically beginning of January. So now we're really getting into what's happening in this moment. If you're out buying a home or considering selling your home, this is the data that I like because it really is the most accurate real-time data of what's going on in the marketplace. Right now, 14 homes went pending, a little bit down from this time last year, only by 6 homes. But take a look, we've actually been on an uptick over about the beginning of December. So that's pretty exciting. It just shows more activity in the marketplace. So that also tells me too that that last report that we saw about sitting pretty level, this will start showing an increase. Because more homes, 14 compared to the 9 that sold, that's an uptick in the marketplace. So as the data starts coming in and the sold data, you'll start seeing that increased activity in the Lyon County marketplace. So still that upward trend, a little bit of a downturn there, but as the weeks and months go on, as we go into actual real estate season, we're moments away from that. March is really the start of that season, we should start seeing a lot more activity in the Lyon County marketplace. Median days to contract. So the lower this graph becomes, then the more active the marketplace is. So right now we actually had a pretty big drop in days on market. Right now, median days, 15 days on the market to receive an acceptable offer for most sellers in the Lyon County area, excluding Fernley. So you can kind of see it's been actually pretty level. We've kind of had these big up and down swings all the way up to 2 months and then down to 2 weeks. A lot of that's going to have to do with just a little bit amount of data, right? When you're only selling 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 15 homes a week, then of course this data is going to be all over the place of how that individual marketing strategy went. So if you're thinking about selling, make sure you really dive into comparable properties, the same type of buyers that you're going to attract. If you're off of Occidental, make sure you just focus on that neighborhood. If you're down the road and you're doing larger manufactured land, housing, focus just on those people because that's going to be your buyer. How long did it take them to find that seller and write an acceptable offer? So really keep an eye on that, because when we start blending manufactured and stick built, it can get a little blended, but at least it tells a little bit of the story of it's pretty level right now, but has big ups and downs. So you can see there's not really a trend of downward or a trend of upward. It's been pretty level, but then weeks where some listings sat for a long time and weeks where some did not sit. This week it's at 15. The nice part I do like to see is here, instead of seeing a big uptick and then a downtick and then an uptick, 3 weeks in a row, it's gone down. So that's good. It's showing that the market's getting a little more active. Jumping over to active inventory, we are starting to see a lot of the unsold listings get absorbed. So a lot of the folks didn't pull their home off the market through the holiday season, just let them hang out, which is great because there are active buyers in the marketplace. But you can see how they're all starting to very quickly get absorbed. Now, properties do tend to, you saw how some of them sat for as high as 60 days. That's where a lot of this inventory comes in. And remember, this is a big area. This is not just like 186 homes in one area. We're talking about most all of Lyon County except for Fernley. So we're talking about a really large area right now. So one neighborhood could have 5 to 10 homes, but there's 18 neighborhoods in all of Lyon County. So think of it that way. Remember the geographical area of this. This is not a definition of tons of homes for sale, but there's still a fair amount. Like in Occidental, there's probably 5 to 10 homes that are for sale, sometimes above 10, depending on the latest market data. Then you have Stagecoach, and then you have Silver Springs. Last time I checked Silver Springs, there was a fair amount of homes still for sale there. So remember, this is a large geographical area. Right now, we're probably seeing anywhere from 5 to 15 homes in any given neighborhood. Also, my next favorite graph, new listings. So this starts to forecast what's to come with supply and demand. Obviously, if new listings just keep going down, then supply gets tighter and tighter, and that can really put some strain on the marketplace. Just the opposite, if we see tons of listings hit the marketplace, then we could be heading towards a softening of the market. So that's the reason I like to see this is what's going to tell the story for the next 30 to 60 to 90 days in the market. You can see right now it's been on a pretty downward trend there since about September of last year, went all the way on a downward trend of new listings till about the new year. And now we're seeing a little bit of recovery, but do note that it's still down 29% from this time last year. So we are still below last year's numbers, and last year was low. So we don't really hear it this much in this marketplace because this market has been stable for some time, but you hear about market crashes. We would have to have a phenomenal increase of inventory for have any type of price changes right now in the marketplace. We're not really expecting a lot of volatility with interest rates right now, so that's nice. We expect them to stay where they are. We're not expecting any big drops or anything like that. Holding pretty steady. But you can see there that we've had a nice little recovery from the beginning of the year, but it's still down from this time last year. That means a lot of homes could still hit the marketplace and it really not make a big difference on supply and demand, because even last year we had the housing shortage. So that's the biggest takeaways right now for the Lyon County marketplace, excluding Fernley. About 10, 5 homes, 15 homes per marketplace. If you're close to Dayton, make sure if you're considering selling to go look at those new construction homes, understand your competition, understand the promotions that they have. Make sure you build a marketing strategy for that to work. And then buyers, consider everything. There is a lot of selection in the marketplace. And as long as you're open to vast geography areas, there's a lot of selection in the Lyon County area, especially if you're open to manufactured housing, accounts for about 40 to 50% of the resale marketplace. For the latest insight, tips, and market updates for the Northern Nevada real estate market, be sure to hit subscribe. We'll do weekly updates to keep you informed of what's the latest. Also, be sure to explore our Northern Nevada house search.